Okay,
Hello, everybody.
welcome to
The very first podcast on this channel.
yeah.
You guys decided what you're going to call it, or is going to wait a bit?
We're gonna
We'll
we're gonna
figure it
wait.
out.
Yeah,
This is going to be a regular thing?
figure it
Yeah, I
out.
think we'll probably
I
do
think
it
we're gonna
at
do
least once every couple weeks.
Yeah.
yeah, agreed predictions and everything
Mm.
of the sorts.
Yeah.
We
We're
got
here with
Oh, hello, everybody.
Devon Larratt,
My name's Devon.
myself, and Sonny.
hey guys. How's it going?
He's got a YouTube channel as well called Tartan Arms.
That's right.
I feel like this guy right here needs no introducing, but
That's all.
yeah, check out Devon Larratt on YouTube.
Absolutely. Plug him in.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new environment. Still trying to get everything sorted with the setup. As you can see, it's sort of makeshift, but we got something going on. We got something going on.
Big weekend coming up, huh?
Big
So,
weekend.
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I think we should talk about the big match right away.
You think we should go straight into it?
Yeah,
dive
because I
straight
mean,
in.
it's just so near for us.
Absolutely.
You know, like high hooker, son, brother.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Neighbor.
Auden Larratt.
Friend,
Yeah.
if I may.
This is his. You know, he has competed in Arm Wars. He
Yeah.
has competed in nationals where he won the juniors.
But this is so different.
This is totally different.
This is
This
his
is very
first
different.
pay-per-view event
Big
that is just skyrocketing him to a new level, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Absolutely.
There's a
Yeah.
lot that surrounds this match. A lot. Like, I think that there's a lot of perception out there, both positive and negative, about what Auden is.
Agreed. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stigmatism from leeching off of yourself.
I've
or
heard the
what-
word
or what you might
nepotism.
think. Yeah,
And I didn't know what that word
quite
was.
possibly.
I didn't know. I had to look it up.
Yeah, but I just think that's unfair. You need to separate the arm wrestler from the,
I've heard a lot of people say
from the
it's
person.
just like a celebrity matchup as well, which is also ridiculous.
Well, it's true. They both got good
Well,
social media.
Absolutely, but look at Larry Wheels. Like, if he was able to compete at events like this,
Well, yeah,
and
there you go.
with good perception,
Was his
Hmm.
event.
yeah, exactly. But it's the same
No,
deal, right?
absolutely.
Like,
Look at it. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, who gets on the pay-per-view cards? The people who can sell the tickets.
absolutely.
That's
That's fair enough. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
that's the start and finish of the whole thing. Who gets on pay-per-view? Can you sell the tickets?
Between the two of them, how many followers do you think they brought to the sport?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm not even
TikTok.
include Auden because his channel comparatively to Whispers is quite a lot smaller, but Whisper has like 1 million followers.
250K
On TikTok.
On TikTok, he's
Collectively.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, collectively he must be.
He's over 1
He
million.
must be over.
And,
yeah. TikTok, he's huge. Yeah, and he's big on all the platforms, but TikTok, he's massive.
He's massive. Yeah.
And he continues to promote really well. Like, he's touring across North America.
Mhm.
So he's a big time force in the arm wrestling promotion world. So, I mean, you have to let a guy like that get like, yeah, is he the best guy? No. Is he the best 176? No. Is he really good? Yeah, he is.
And he's going to bring more viewers and more potential new arm wrestler and arm wrestler fans to the sport than anyone else.
And that's important,
It's really important.
That's
Still, our sport's still a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's now becoming more and more recognized. But 5 years ago, looking at how far the sport's come in just such a short period of time, it's insane.
Yeah, even coming back from WL, and just the progression that's made since then.
Yeah.
Engen, King of the Table, East versus West. It's made such a big jump, even from when I started watching arm wrestling, back in early WL days.
Mhm.
It's just skyrocketed from there.
And Auden does have a national title.
Yeah.
He does. He's got a national title. So,
That's right.
it's not completely empty resume.
Girth Lord.
The Girth Lord.
The Girth Lord of
Ah,
Whisper.
And he is. The thing is it's funny to me about this match because we started to talk about this match, I think in the summer
It was like
or the
8 months ago. I
summer or like fall,
think it was early fall. I don't think it was quite
early fall. I think, yeah, early fall, end of the summer. We started to just think about who a match for Auden could potentially be if he landed something like this. And the thing is, we know that Auden, even like in September, October, versus what Auden is today.
Oh my
God.
Right.
God,
And the
he's a
things we were
different
like, okay,
beast.
who can he pull? And we're like, Whisper it, and we're like, might be just out of reach, like might be just too far
I
for
think it
him.
would have been a great match.
I think
September.
back in September it would have been
It's going to be
a really close match.
I think Whisper actually was the favorite if we had gone September.
Yeah, absolutely. But it would have been a better match.
And then the thing is, when could we get it? Initially, I was thinking it was going to land in January maybe, and then here we are.
Well, even January, he was like 20 pounds lighter than he is now.
I know, it's just
he's putting so much
he's
weight.
He's clean as well, by the way. He's not on anything.
Yeah, it's all the people thinking he's
ridiculous amounts of food.
He's not.
He's
eats just a big kid.
Like so much freaking food.
Like those metal salad bowls? He'll fill that up with beef and rice
3 times over and
eat it all day. Like I would die if I tried to eat that much.
And people don't understand the tempo at which he's training either. Like, so me, I'm probably about as professional as an arm wrestler as you can be.
Yeah.
Like I'm all in, and what my body can manage is 3 really difficult sessions every day. So, and where I'm doing the same stuff over and over. That's a lot. I know that's more than I think 99% of the arm wrestlers do.
Mm.
And Auden, I think, doubles my
4 times.
Yeah,
12 sessions a day.
Yeah, well, he does 12. But I actually do 3, but I double it a bit, so I'm almost doing 6.
Yeah,
so
you do
he's doing, so he's probably doubling my output, which is completely fucking insane. The amount of work he's doing combined with the amount of food he's eating.
He eats more than the rest of our family.
Yeah, he eats for a family. He eats for a family.
So it's interesting to me to see where the match is going to land now. I think that Auden's he's just becoming a monster. Like, I mean, I think guys at the club see it.
Oh, like everyone at the club knows he's on a different level at the moment.
Like
crazy
levels above.
I've seen, like, when we first started going to the club about a year ago, like Auden everybody was nice to him, but he was young. The only thing that hasn't changed is his confidence.
Yeah, he's always been that cocky. He's always been that cocky.
You want to come in a little bit there, Miles?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny, like, even at the very beginning when, and I'm watching everything.
I think I had him there.
I'm like, yeah. But he's just held on to that, and now it's kind of becoming a reality. And, so I think it's going to be 4-0, complete dominance.
6-0.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to be 4-0 with total domination.
100%.
Just in that press conference there, Whisper was saying about if he sinks his hook, he'll be able to kill big people.
And let's talk about his size. Let's talk about his weight difference.
40 pounds.
Yeah.
40, like it's a 40-pound weight.
And the thing is Auden's so dialed in, and he's rested. Like, he hasn't rested.
No, I know.
Like,
he's never done. Yeah,
this will be his highest peak.
He's going to be so peaked. Like,
he's 212.
That's ridiculous.
I think that the second they get to the table and they start setting up,
he's going to crumble. Whisper's going to.
There's going to be nothing, and Auden's just going to start to laugh. I really do. I think it's going to be fucking terrible.
I think he's going to be nice.
But I think he is too, but I think he's going to pound them a couple times.
Yeah.
The first couple are just going to.
I think he's going to just dust them. I think then he's going to beat him round 3 and 4 dominantly.
And then he's going to try him in the hook.
Yeah, just round 5, and you make him quit, probably. You make him quit round 5 and round 6, I think. That's what I think. I mean, and I know I'm super biased. And look, I do think Whisper is really good, and I did think that Whisper was actually the favorite when we started to talk about this match. It's just...
Yeah, but he's a different person.
Yeah, all the stuff we've talked about, yeah.
Even his left is leveled up.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, man. He was giving you a bit of a run for the money the other day.
I really, really have to work for the height with his left now. And before I could pretty much hold him wherever. I'm not being cocky. I know that he likes to think that he used to think that he was a lot closer than he was.
Yeah.
But now he is there. Like, he's super, super close. Right? I got nothing.
No, I've got
nothing. No angles, no alleys.
Not at all.
Nothing at all.
No. I've toyed with.
I've touched Whisper as well.
Yeah.
I've felt Whisper's hand. I've felt his arm. I felt his left. And
yeah, I mean, well, that's where it stands. You are stronger on the left, though. I know that he's.
But I didn't really feel anything.
I know he's definitely a right-handed puller for the most part.
Yeah.
As well,
I think Mummy's gonna lose her mind.
I can't wait. She is. I'm gonna tell her to calm down.
Jody will be screaming from
she's
the
got
side.
to be allowed to.
Yeah,
I think she's just gonna be losing her mind. Well, I don't think it's gonna be like that. I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think she's just gonna be so happy. I think she's just gonna be super, super happy.
Oh, it'd be really nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking like he's got this wrapped up. I mean, it's an arm wrestling match.
Anything can happen.
Anything can
I don't wanna
happen.
get too
Yeah,
cocky,
absolutely.
but
And I tell you, if Whisper throws his frame at it hard,
If he sinks a deep hook, you know,
if
I think that's his
can
angle.
sink his hook, there'll be a problem.
yeah, I'm just not gonna let him get that.
he's gonna go straps immediately.
I think that I could see a couple fouls getting on Auden
You know, I reckon it'll go to straps for a
first
while,
match.
and then I think Auden might hold him in a hook outside the straps for the last sort of 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah, I can see it happening outside.
Okay, enough about them. This is going to
who
be a
have we
great
got
match,
next?
but I think we've spent enough time on this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's
Who
go
we
to the
got?
first match we got here. Coach Ray versus Robbie, Body by Robbie.
Interesting.
Both awesome pullers.
Yeah.
If we're looking at their performance recently, though, I think I got to go with Robbie.
I
Coach
would have
Ray
to agree with you.
Is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's got so good.
I've not really seen much of Robbie, I can't lie. I've only seen some of his recent stuff.
So-
Coach Ray's obviously been in it a long time. But from what I've seen, Robbie looked very dominant against
Frodo?
there.
Yeah. I only met him recently in Vegas when we went for the Vitacell meetup,
Mm-hmm.
but I saw him hanging with most of the pullers there, and there were no slumps there. Like, everyone there was an extremely high-end puller, and I could see him holding his own the entire time. He was very, very good on the table. He moves really well, and I think he's got a good bit of weight on Ray as well, eh?
I think it's
I don't
close.
think so. Yeah, it's
I
relatively
think
close.
it's pretty close. Maybe he's got like 5 or 10 pounds. I
Robbie's
forget.
frame is way bigger.
It's a little bit bigger. Yeah, he's a tiny bit bigger. I don't. No, not a tiny. He's a little bit bigger.
Substantially bigger.
Yeah, but similar. Like, the thing is, they're both humble, nice guys. They both have a powerlifting background. They exhibit similar strengths. Both very comfortable in hook position. I also think Robbie's gonna win. I think that this kid his trajectory is he's like an emerging star.
What is he, 28?
I don't know how old Robbie is. I think that's probably about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's about 28.
Yeah.
But I think he shows a ton of promise. Like, I was there for that match with Froda, and he really impressed me
Yeah.
to a degree where I'm like,
I didn't think he had any chance before that.
I didn't either.
I thought it was going to be a total mismatch.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a
Kill him.
whitewash.
I thought he was going to do good. Like, I thought he was going to perform very well.
Yeah, but I didn't think he would win.
No, I didn't think so. I thought that it was going to get sticky, and he was not going to be able to technically find his way through it.
Yeah.
And Frodo would have gassed him. That's what I thought. But he did great. Like,
I don't think Frodo was his best there, though.
No, doesn't matter.
He just had a kid, too, right? Like,
Well, yeah, no, Frodo's definitely a bit beat up, but it's still, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it just comes down to, we've seen Robbie beat somebody already with amazing experience. I mean, Frodo goes back all the way to Arm Wars. Like,
Yeah.
that's when I remember first seeing him, and probably even further. And, like, it was a good match, and we saw, the Yellow Chow just come out on top, and I reckon it's going to happen again. Coach Ray's got that experience. If he can use that table to his advantage and use his IQ, then he's definitely got lanes. But, I think just from what I've seen, just powerhouse, I think Robbie's just going to go through him.
I'd love to see Robbie continue on in King of the Table as well, too. Like, it'd be great to see him compete more as an understanding puller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be. I don't think anybody's slamming anybody here either.
No.
I think that it's going to settle into a hook, and I think that there's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a slow burn, but I think that there's going to have to be some adjustments to get the pin on both parts, and I just see Robbie just having. You think he's just a little bit stronger?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Who we got next?
Wild Horse Matt Mask versus Derek Smith.
This is going to be a good match.
Giants.
And it's all over the place on this one. If you look at social media, like the predictions,
Super split.
and I've read things where like total mismatch, Derek Smith's gonna kill him, like to
Really?
yeah, I've seen it all. I'm like, wow, I'm like, really?
I don't think Derek Smith's.
If I'm being honest, I have a hunch that Matt is going to kill him. I have a hunch that Matt is going
He
to
looked mean in January.
I love Derek, but Matt's looking really strong,
Mm.
really fast right now. It's going to be interesting seeing Matt going against someone with a lot of height and leverage. We saw that against Frank Lamparelli, and, you know, I think that troubled Matt, is someone against, you know, with someone that's got a long forearm, and, you know, Derek, he stands at 6'8".
6'8". That's ridiculous.
You know, I think that's where Matt is going to have to try and adjust his game, because
Matt's
Derek's
almost there too.
crazy.
He's
6'5", 6'6", yeah.
He's taller than you, is he not?
Maybe by half an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit taller.
And you're 6'7". Right?
No.
That's what it said everywhere.
Yeah.
6'5".
Okay. Well, then I'm definitely not 6'6".
But yeah, I think Matt's the favorite also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you though, if Derek pulls properly, it starts to get interesting. If Derek tries to hook him, I think he's fucking gonna get killed.
I want to see WAL Matt come back where he's getting so fired up.
Slamming the table.
Dislocates his fingers.
and just rips it back into place.
Oh, man. No one's beating that match.
It's a big match. You might see it. Big match. Yeah.
And funnily enough, Matt weighs the same as, who we're going to talk a little bit later about, Reno Masick.
They weigh the same? Really?
2 pounds difference. Or 2 or 3 kilos difference.
Wow.
Not much at all.
At 19.
And that is ridiculous. Reno
That's
is
crazy.
a big,
He's a
big
kid.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the face-off between Auden and Reno?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
what a
saw
story?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did.
They do like hand side.
Well, that was interesting. That shows, I mean, Auden's got a really big hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys all have big, you know,
Mine
long
hand's
fingers. But,
still substantially bigger than his.
but he's got a big hand.
Like-
Reno's has got the thickness, you know,
Yeah.
through the thumb and through the
Auden's
palm,
hands are
but
getting thick,
They're
too.
getting big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man hands.
Yeah, his hands have thickened for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think Matt's gonna take that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Could get
The
interesting.
council has spoken.
Could get interesting.
it could get interesting, 100%.
I don't think it's going to be interesting. I think Matt's going to kill.
Who we got
Okay.
next?
Tobias Sporong, apologies
Yep.
for saying that wrong, versus Big Head Bortolato.
Big.
Where did that name come from?
So I remember when we started to do our match.
That was you making fun of him, right?
No, he's like, he was talking about his nickname.
I thought it was Terremoto.
No, he put it on. He put it towards WAL,
Translate.
but I think there was a translation issue.
That's
I don't know if it
awesome.
was Big Head or Big Red. Like, and we were trying to clarify, and he's like, Big Head. And I couldn't. I think his name. I think his nickname in Brazil is Big Head.
Well, funny you should say that, because we just saw Jake's podcast, the Aussie arm wrestler. Big shout out.
Talking
Awesome.
about Big Head Bortolato.
He just
He did have a big
measured. He
head?
just
Yeah,
did
so
his
it's probably Big
measurements.
Head.
Yeah, he's got a big head.
yeah,
so
so that's probably what his name is. Yeah, Big Head Boy.
big head. Yeah.
Well, you can directly tell someone's strength by their cranial measure.
Yeah.
It's
The bigger the head, the stronger they are.
No, it's cranium. It's frame. It's all connected. It's bone structure. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Wagner's going to
I
probably
think
win.
Wagner will win that out of
Tobias
experience
is
and
too
just
young, like,
sheer ferocity
yeah.
on the table. I don't think Tobias has got that sort of energy that Wagner brings, and I think he needs to be really quick off the start if he wants to get some purchase there.
I don't think he'll fight as much as he should in the setup either. I've seen him be very nice in the past. Didn't he get like a hernia or something recently as well?
Tobias?
Yeah. I heard that he
Not aware of
got
that.
put out from
not sure.
a hernia a couple.
I'm not aware of
So you
that.
don't know?
I'm not aware of that.
Pull that shit up. Pull that shit
Yeah,
up.
I'll
Jim.
have
I mean, I'm aware of fucking Wagner blowing every piece of his body. Like,
That's just
Yeah.
what he does.
That's
I mean, Wagner's got a blown bicep on the other side right now.
what they're doing left.
Well, the left is Wagner's good arm,
Yeah.
but I mean, he blew his right with Matt like a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I actually think Tobias will win.
Why is that?
I think he's really good.
Oh no, you're right there, Milo. Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. He had an operation
himself
for
up or
a,
something.
for a hernia.
How long ago
in
was
the
that?
spine?
In the spine?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Like a herniated disc or a hernia? Because I just heard hernia. I wasn't
he had
sure.
to get an operation in the spine for a hernia. He took some time off to avoid further damage after, since he had to repair himself and heal properly.
I still think Tobias is gonna win. I think he's really good. I think he's very, very good. I think
I always
Herniated disc.
expect Wagner to perform better than he does. and
Me too.
he consistently disappoints.
Everybody wants Wagner to win.
Yeah, because he's so entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
But I've not seen him perform like as well as I know he should.
Well, his lifts are, they speak for themselves. They are ridiculous.
Absolutely.
He lifts some ridiculous weight. I mean, his just ferocity on the table, like I was saying earlier, he's so exciting to watch. You know, especially when he rips the tables up and...
He's the fan favorite, I think, no
Awesome.
matter where you go. I mean, no matter who his opponent is, I think people want to see Wagner do well. But I just think Tobias is really crisp, and I think he's going to bend Wagner's hand back. And over the course of 6 rounds, I just don't think it's going to work.
See, that's his lane, is his top
Maybe.
way.
Yeah, I'm saying of all the matches, this is probably the most likely one for injury.
Of course.
Maybe.
Every time you got Wagner involved, it's like a good chance that was going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wagner versus Matt was just, you're destined to see injury.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So this is the first time we're split, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I think, he might get the first one, but I think Tobias is going to turn.
I'd say the opposite. I reckon Tobias might get the first couple just out of hand, and then as soon as his hand
No way,
goes, I
man.
reckon
If someone's blowing up, that Tobias kid is healthy and
he's big.
He's 20.
He was so
24.
big that I think he was, what was he weighing at 136 kilos?
yeah, but you look at him and he looks like he's a Swedish fucking elf-looking dude. Like, yeah, no, he's super healthy. He's not. I don't think he's gonna get hurt. I don't think he's gonna gas out.
300 pounds.
300.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's way bigger than I thought.
He trains his whole body. He's not even as dialed in as a lot of guys are at all. Like in the sport, like he doesn't like. I mean, he's training everything, and I think his athleticism is gonna come through. That's what I think.
I'd love to see him win. Don't get me wrong.
Me
I'd
too.
love to see
Yeah.
Tobias take the win, but I don't think, just out of experience.
Actually, no, I'd love to see Wagner win, man. He needs to win.
He
Yeah.
does need a win, but come on,
not-
Tobias is, he's a young guy. And I'd love
How
to see
long
him.
has his losing streak been? When was the last time he took a W?
Who's that?
Wagner.
Wagner?
He won not too long ago. I feel like he won not too long ago.
Against who? I can't.
Yeah. What's the one where he was down in the crowd, jumping around?
When he ripped
yeah,
the
there
table
was-
off.
Yeah, what was that
Who
one?
was that?
That was, I'll see if I can find it here.
Yeah, was it East versus West? Yeah.
It wasn't, it wasn't, Lars, was it? No.
No,
Versus,
no. But it was recent. It was definitely
Yeah,
recent.
It was an East versus West, right?
East versus West. Yeah. Anyways.
He's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ferret O'Malley.
Right.
That's a good win as well. That's
Really
not a
good
joke.
win. That's
Ferret is huge.
great win.
And he's
Great win,
very
great
strong.
match. Yeah.
That was a really good match.
Yeah,
That was
so-
an incredible match.
Right. So you got to think, so left is high level. It's good. It's very, very good.
Can he translate that to his right?
Well,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That was a left-handed.
this is the left hand.
Oh, this is a left-handed.
yeah.
Okay.
This is the one left-handed match of the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just seeing him lose to Matt there, I don't know, man.
Right. Lachlan and David.
I don't know about this one. I'm
David
not
and
too
Lachlan.
familiar with either of them.
I really like Lachlan, and I've watched quite a lot of his pooling. And he is very good, and he's very strong. But I don't think his training style is effective. Is going to be as effective against someone like David, because David is just a freak. I do want to see Lachlan winning. I mean, they're both really, really nice guys, but
Abbott's lifts are like quite a lot heavier, eh?
I don't know, man. Lachlan, again, he's a power lifter.
Yeah.
Lachlan has some ridiculous gym strength lifts. Everything from back rows to, just bench. Everything is just super in tune. Like,
Super dialed.
you can see, yeah.
I think Lachlan's going to win.
So we going with Lachlan?
I'm going Lachlan. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going Lachlan for the win. I think and I think that this is actually going to be probably the closest of the matches. That's what I think. I think that this one will be the most highly contested. And I think it's going to be a split score, and I think it's going to be very close. And I think it's going to be, again, they're going to be inside, and I think that there's not going to be a super dominant guy. I think that
You think it'll come down to fouls, or?
I think it's eventually going to come up to gas tank.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close enough that I think if anything, at the beginning, David might have slightly more, but I don't know. I think Lachlan is going to be not too far off. Really, like could be even like they could even be on par, and I think that the conditioning is going to be in favor of Lachlan.
It's going to be a very explosive inside match.
Yeah,
Like
that's
very
right.
frame against frame. It's just going to be biceps all over the table and ripping back.
And I think that Lachlan is going to try and post up and top roll and attack his hand and stuff, and then it's going to settle inside. That's what I think. Yeah, good match.
Super good match. Really
Good
excited for that match. See.
Lachlan Liz. All right. Another arm wrestling royalty match here. We got Bacho Shagnashvili versus Reno Masick.
Reno
Masick.
Yes.
Sorry, I knew I was going to mess that
That's
one up.
all
I always say it wrong.
This is awesome. I think we've got mixed opinions.
I
about
would
this.
love to see Bacho win. I would love to see it, but I don't know if it'll happen.
I think Reno has just got a bigger frame. His lifts look a lot more arm wrestling related than Chris. He's got a lot, like he's very, very fast.
He's also more developed than Bacho. Like Bacho's still.
I've really only seen Bacho pull a few times. I've not really seen much of his training footage either.
Did I turn this off?
Yeah, he totally did.
I fucking was playing
That's
with
alright,
that.
don't worry about it.
Oh no, it's still going.
Still going.
Oh no,
I was
no,
tapping
it
and
just-
I didn't start then.
All good.
Still going.
Yes.
Where do we
Just leave
go
it be.
from?
Oh,
So we'll go from Reno Masick.
yeah, yeah.
Versus Batch.
As I was saying, I think Reno's got the bigger frame this time. I think he's got just a little bit more arm wrestling specific lifts, and I think he's gonna take the win. I'd love to see Bacha win, like to carry on the second
crazy
Philly
lifts. I've seen some
Oh,
crazy lifts from that dude.
ridiculous arm bicep curls and
Strict curls are really good.
oh yeah, superb. What do you think, Devin?
Reno Mason.
You think so?
Easy win or
I think there might be some hand control, but the biggest difference, and again, these guys are both so young, and it's like it's like tracking Auden. You see where they're at one event, and they're
exponentially.
yeah, they're all getting so much better so quickly. But the trend that I'm seeing, Bacho's super strong. His hand is probably going to be the dominant hand.
Yeah, to see him blow Adam Marinsky out of the
Yeah, I think in the
rim is
setup he's going to be
ridiculous.
comfortable. I think he's going to have that hand dominance. I think anytime there's a question of who's got hand control, I think it's going to lean towards Bacho.
Towards Bacho or towards Reno?
Towards Bacho.
Okay.
I do. I think that Bacho, look at just
big hand,
Big
short forearm, big
hand,
hand.
thick
Massive
hand,
dude.
really wide palm. Like his ability to get hand control, I think is going to be favorable.
I'd agree.
And the thing is like with the trajectory, you see, he's gone up in weight. Like Bacho's going to be a force, but the thing that really makes me think that Reno's going to win is his explosiveness and versatility. Like the guy, like when you watch most of his training, is training all
Back
up
pressure.
back
All
pressure,
back
and like tons and tons, great lifts, heavy, strong, and then the guy gets in a match, he just drops that shit. He just fucking drops it. So it's like
Sandbag.
the speed at which he can change direction is gonna be very problematic because this is a legit threat. You can't just be like, okay, he's gonna drop his shoulder, because no, he can hammer curl like 150, 60 pounds.
And have you seen the way he wraps it as
Yeah,
well? He wraps it around his hand, really interesting, like very, very specific, so that his hand doesn't turn. So it's very like locked in, and he just goes backwards, just boom, all
Right.
backwards.
So it's a super legit threat, but the thing is he's getting most of his big wins with a press very quickly.
And he's got a bigger frame, and he's taller.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, and he's been active, and I lean towards Reno, but
If we saw this same match again in a year, it might be completely different.
I think in a year, if Bacho keeps just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, he will be because he's got so much.
Been
to go.
getting
I know, but his frame is. I just still see him as getting like his frame's
Yeah.
got so much to go. Even
much
now,
to
he's still thick.
Mhm.
But I still think he's gonna get bigger.
Well, look at Lamont.
Holy big. Yeah, I know.
Look
I
at
know.
Lamont at night.
It's in the genes. It's in the genes.
Like he was a gorilla back then, but he's a silverback alpha gorilla king
Yeah.
now. Sorry.
Say, I gotta face that dude in 2 months. No big deal.
Oh
No
my
big deal.
God, that's awesome.
All right, so we're thinking Reno. I'd love to see Bacho win.
Yes.
Reno's probably got this.
Great.
Vitaly versus Easy Money Dave Chafee.
Awesome match. Awesome rematch.
Yeah.
The first match was honestly one of the best arm wrestling matches I think I've ever seen. It was absolutely incredible.
Beautiful.
Vitaly carried out in a stretcher afterwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is ridiculous.
I don't think we'll see that again.
No.
Vitaly seems like he's been taking it even more seriously recently. Like you can tell he's been leveling up recently. Dave's also coming off an injury as well, right?
Dave has had an injury a
He's
while.
been injured for some time.
He
You were
was
saying that
injured his neck. He's had a bad neck for a long time, eh?
didn't he tell you that he's like the strongest he's been or something?
No,
Or he's strong right now or something? I don't know. You were that.
I'm just going off of what he's posted on social.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at his stuff on social, he posted a couple videos, some stuff on the table, some stuff in the gym, some stuff where he's just talking. He was moving well. Like you can tell when a guy moves on the table.
He looked fast when the bands, the
Looked
video
smooth.
of the guys with the bands.
Yeah,
he
looked
looked really
smooth, looked like everything was flowing through. Didn't look like a guy who was hurt. His stuff in the gym looked great. And he said it himself. He was like, I have been hurt. He's like, I feel better. So, if he's in good form, but he's gonna have to be.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be peak because Vitaly is so much better,
Well, coming off Armies, that was his last match,
which
right?
was a phenomenal.
Which was an awesome match. If it wasn't for the elbow fouls, get the running foul system on there.
Yeah.
If it wasn't,
It is
for the
running
elbow
fouls now.
Yeah, it is. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
When did they change that?
To this,
So
they've now got
way more
the
interesting.
King of the Table rules is now set.
Is that set for East versus West?
East versus West, has not changed yet, but now King of the Table has their rules locked in.
That's gonna save
Yeah.
so much time.
So no more.
it
This
is.
athlete wants that. Athletes want this. From what I haven't seen the rules meeting, but what I heard is it's basically a copy and paste of WAL.
It's just
which
Such a better
yeah,
system.
I really
everyone's involved, especially the viewer. Like
100%.
I've always believed that the very best rule system that there's ever been is the WL rule system.
is that?
And that's the thing, it's difficult when you've got these rule systems that is just fouls constantly, and you're trying to bring new people to the sport.
They can't
Because
no one
nobody
sit
wants to
through
pay
10
attention.
minutes of
Yeah.
foul.
See,
Well-
as seasoned arm wrestlers, you know what you're looking at and you know what you're looking for. But for people that have never watched arm wrestling before, and you're trying to show your friends this arm wrestling match, it's impossible because they don't know what they're looking at.
And it's not just that either. I agree with everything you said, but from a competitor point of view, in my opinion, it's easier to cheat and manipulate the WAF system than it is the King of the WL or King of the Table system. It's harder to manipulate it. Like it's harder to kind of bend the rules and kind of work on there's a lot more gray area in the WAF rule system than there is in the King of the Table rule system.
Well, the people in which they used it on didn't have as much gray area because the fighting and the setup wasn't as ridiculous as it is now. Like
yeah. I think you're a big part to play of that. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because a lot of guys will try and break down a rule system and exploit it.
Yeah.
But the truth is if the WAL had been using a WAF rule system, it would have been way worse.
Oh my God, yeah.
Way worse.
Jesus.
Yeah. The thing, like one of my biggest complaints between the people don't understand running fouls versus the stop fouls. I mean, you can, as soon as you don't feel like in a good situation in a WAF system, you can just lift your elbow and get a to me, that
sucks.
It's
like,
the most cheesiest
rubbish.
thing. Yeah, to me, to be able to kind of get it, and you can't do that. You can't do that in King of the Table now. You can't do that in WAL. You can't get out of a match. You cannot do it. Like
Much better system.
way better system. Way better. Yeah, you're in that match until somebody gets pinned.
And with that in mind, both of these competitors have got a crazy gas tank. Both like we've seen Vitaly and Dave got before, and it is just a screamer. It was a screamer. I think
I wouldn't say
Vitaly's
that they got crazy gas tanks. I would say that they have
equal.
Yeah.
I still think Vitaly's going to take this one. I hope to see Vitaly take it, but I think it's going to be super, super close.
It's crazy when people have a history. That's the crazy thing, because no matter what, Dave in the back of his head has always got to be able to be like, I won last time.
Yeah.
I beat him last time. Like, it's got to be that. It's got to be in Vitali's head too.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what he thinks or what people say or the injuries or Dave being cold, Dave did win the last one in a freaking war. And that was the match where Dave leveled up. Like, that was the actual, like, I remember before that match, we'd never seen Dave flop wrist press effective.
Never. Yeah.
And in that match, Dave found it. And he was throwing that thing in, and that was the difference. So if that vulnerability is still there, then...
You think that he'll be able to get that exploited in the same way again?
I don't think so.
I don't.
But what do
I
I know, man?
Dave's got a huge frame, or they both do, but Dave has got a very stoic, massive, just thick, sturdy frame. And if he can get his shoulder behind it, I mean, obviously, I think Vitali's going to blast through his hand again. I
thought Vitali was going to blast him last time.
Well, I mean, through the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Vitali was going to blast him last time. What happened last time?
Yeah.
You know, they say that Vitali was injured. I've heard that. I've heard people say he had a shoulder injury or something.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to take that as gospel, fully believe it, and say that Vitali's going to win.
And I think the weight is a lot different now as well. I think that Vitali's like 20 pounds heavier. So I think he's...
Which is insane, because Chafee's massive as well.
He's also
I think I just heard something go here.
Don't worry.
But I just heard it beep. Yeah.
No,
anyways.
we're good.
So
Still recording.
I think I'm gonna say Vitali, but I hope Dave pulls it off.
I'm going to say Vitali as well.
I'd love to see another crazy battle.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be awesome. It will be awesome.
And I'm sure we're going to see that, but...
Well, speaking of flop wrist press, you know, Matt was pulling it off not too long ago as well, eh?
Yeah.
Seeing Matt get into that position was the first time I've ever seen him.
That scared me.
It was
worried me, man, when I saw that. I was
ridiculous
on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, everyone's starting to encompass that.
Yeah.
Because I think modern day arm wrestling, it's a lot more hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot more wrist, a lot more pronation. So if someone's pronation goes, you know,
People assume it's over.
yeah, so they jump straight into the flop, you know? Yeah. So what's next?
What's
for
next?
These athletes.
I mainly just want to talk about where Auden should go after this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's difficult because I think East versus West is no joke. King of the Table is no joke. So any competitors in there, I mean, I'd love to see him go against some, but I think obviously Reno and Bacho.
I think they're still a little bit above.
Oh,
yeah, 100%
no.
above.
We're now-
like, way above.
Like, way above.
So it's gonna have to
I
be
was
a
gonna say,
competitor
yeah, Reno as
outside,
well,
of,
but-
outside of these competitions.
Who's another, like...
Reno is going to arm wrestle me before he's going to arm wrestle Auden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Auden's going to be not slow, but more consistent
Yeah.
upswing for a while.
He's got. I reckon he's got another 5 years of just getting.
Yeah. There's no rush.
Oh, he can at
There's no
least,
rush.
man.
Yeah, no rush.
He'd only be 24 in 5
Well,
years.
that's what we were saying last night. Some of these guys, you know, like they get that burst of just.
Yeah.
They get that peak burst. You know,
Yeah.
like Reno, Bacho, great example. I don't know where they're going to be in 5 years. You know, but
They'll
Auden,
be
I know Auden's going to just go straight up.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to go down. I don't think at all. So where do you think
He's
gonna
still
go?
like a kid.
Yeah.
And he's not even close to his peak.
No.
I'd like to see him stay in the social realm for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I think that that's his probably best place to arm wrestle, you know, guys with social followings, to bring people into the sport, continue to make connections.
Yeah.
I think this is a good place for him to operate. I think
Definitely the beauty right now.
I think that this is the best for him. I think it's the best for the sport as well. There's a bunch of names that jump out at me. But, you know, I'd like to give Juji a call.
That would be a great...
That would be.
I
No,
think Auden would actually
Auden would.
kill him.
You think
Auden
so?
would
Yeah.
kill Juji. I
That-
think Auden would kill Juji.
That he would kill him.
Oh,
I think so.
Juji's strong.
So Cam.
Cam.
Curtis Cameron.
Yeah, it's good. What
What?
are you talking about?
Didn't Auden crack?
No.
That's what he was saying.
Listen.
No.
Cut that-
No. They don't have to cut anything, but no. Look, at pork chop is on still quite a.
You saw that video.
Look.
No,
I recorded the video. I freaking gassed out Pork Chop and I were pulling, and Curtis was fresh. Curtis was holding him, being nice to him, letting him.
No, he thought.
Look at.
That's not even close.
Look, give Auden a couple years. Auden is still years away from Pork Chop.
You don't think that'll beat Juji as this? When was the last time Juji trained arm wrestling?
If Juji trains,
that's the thing. Juji's not training for arm wrestling.
consistently.
However, Juji's strong. He does his. I haven't talked to Juji.
It's been a while since we saw that guy. Eh?
Yeah, it's been a bit. I talk to him occasionally. I mean, obviously, I follow all his stuff. I know what he's doing. I mean, he's been bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's massive. He's in good shape. I mean, he does train his forearms. Like I know he recreationally messes around with arm wrestling. He's. I think that he's still very strong. I don't think that like right now. I think probably today Juji'd probably still beat him. Juji's really strong.
That's interesting.
But Juji's really strong.
Have anything to compare?
Who was Juji's match against in the WL again? Who was that? Oh, it was the big Mike Allen.
Yeah, it's completely.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
That was
totally
such a
ridiculous.
mismatch.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But Auden and Juji, I think Juji might be the favorite. But anyways,
Still be a great match.
Yeah, there's that. Paul Italian.
Yeah, we've been looking at
We
that
have
for a
been
while.
talking about that as well.
Paul's been calling him.
Again, Paul's
Yeah,
looking quite strong though.
Yeah,
Paul
he's
is looking strong.
Again,
Tournament
right
boy.
now, I mean, I'd pick Paul to beat him, but
4 months from now.
that's the thing. Auden keeps growing, and he's 19. So I mean, where he is today, give him 4 or 5 months, different guy. But I think that's and I'd like to do it. The thing is Paul is on the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Like if you wait too long, the match is no longer relevant. So I think in maybe like 5 months or 6 months, I think that it's perfect.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of matches that are good for Auden. I think that those are the first ones that kind of jump out at me. Okay, I got a question for you. I think John Brzenk right now is 59 years old.
I already know what you're gonna ask.
Okay.
He's 59, Auden's 19. So they're 40 years apart.
Yeah.
How old is Auden and John when they have their first match?
65.
65? No, it'll be before that.
For that, man.
Oh, their first match?
Yeah.
Or where he beat
62.
Well, when they have their first match.
John will be 62.
62.
Auden will be 20.
21 or 22. That's what I think too. I think in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. Because John is coming down, right? And Auden is obviously coming up. So at what point is the perfect intersection?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's within everyone's benefit to find that,
Right.
There's no point in waiting too long, and there's no point in doing it too fast.
Right.
We have to, as fans and as competitors and as community, make sure we get that judge right,
That's a big match.
It would be amazing.
That's a big match.
It would be
You
amazing.
don't want to
Like John, take it.
I mean, I think it's a great match.
Listen, I think John.
Want to take it?
No,
though.
but no,
that
dude.
Might be almost insulting.
John is
It's not
past.
insulting. It's
He's
to
trying
me,
to train the new generation of arm wrestlers. It's a huge historic moment in the arm
John
wrestling
Brzenk
world.
is greatest arm wrestler that's ever lived. He inspired everybody basically. Like all arm wrestling is connected. Like modern arm wrestling is in some way connected to John Brzenk's. Like whether you watched him on.
Cleve Dean.
Yeah, I mean
Maybe.
everybody that came before, but John's a big part of it, right? Like John is a big part of like when you think about excellence in arm wrestling and who people watched and emulated, and like it seems so simple now, but I mean this is even way before your guys' time. You guys weren't even alive, early on. Like there was parts of the internet where you could ask John questions, and we didn't know anything back. There was no YouTube, there was no videos. You could write and you could ask John questions.
That's
and
awesome.
It was basically John's answers were always do table time.
How you do it?
It's basically but his influence, he got people away from thinking, I'm going to be a big strong person, I'm going to win at arm wrestling, because that's where it used to be, to know if you want to be good at arm wrestling, you actually have to train out, which seems so obvious now, but back then, for some reason, it wasn't.
The bigger
Even the
you are,
concept
the
of
better
weightlifting
you
is a
are.
relatively new thing. Like,
But I do think that that's one of those matches. I mean, for Auden, it's going to be big. I mean, John can have some fun with it too. Like,
Have the fun. 10 years later.
Yeah. Yeah. But I do think that at some point, these are all matches that are nice for Auden. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton. But I'd like to see him stay in the more social realm as opposed to taking on like the absolute best guys. And, you know, yeah.
Whilst we've got you here, Devon, I want to talk about Jordan Sonev.
Yeah, pork chop.
Pork chop.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you.
Arm God said.
So I love
Awesome
Porky. Porky's one of my very favorite people. Consider him a very, very good friend of mine. Love the dude. I train with him twice a week. I have basically since he got into sport. He's my best training partner. The guy is ridiculous strong.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys who came into the sport ridiculous strong. Like his day one, most guys never even get to where he was on his first day. Like there are guys out there who just naturally just got it. Curtis is one of them.
Yeah.
Curtis is just he's so naturally strong at arm wrestling. My God, he was good right into the gates. And so, but the truth is, I mean, I don't know what his is now. Is it 6 or 7 years he's been pulling? It's hard for me to keep track.
2016.
I was in ninth grade. Yeah?
Yeah. So
Okay, like 7 or 8 years now, maybe?
Yeah.
The time just flies. I have no idea. But basically, the way I look at it, Curtis is a national level dude. Like in Canada, Curtis is going to clean up.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
Curtis
has
is going to clean up at the national level. Yeah. But there is a difference between cleaning up at the national level and cleaning up at the world level. And that's what Jordan Sonev is. Jordan Sonev is a world level.
How old is Jordan right
now?
He's not old.
No, he's not old. Not old.
Mid-20s? Late 20s?
But he's got that pedigree where, you know, he's been hitting the WAF championships for a long time at consistent victories. You know, he's been winning high level. He very rarely has a bad day. Very proven. Curtis got a shot. I think style-wise, it's nice. Style-wise, it's nice for Curtis. Okay, you're gonna go right into Curtis's hook. That's great for Curtis. Jordan's got to be the favorite. He's got to be. I look forward to the match. Porky does have a shot. He does. It's just you got to recognize he's going up against a world level seasoned guy.
Yeah. I mean, and going back to Jordan's match with Matt Mask.
Right. Exactly. Right.
It shows level, you know.
Yeah.
And Matt is not.
No. Yeah. So that's it. So it is a big ask. Like I thought that the initial match that they had slated for Porky was great.
Kyle Hutchinson.
Yeah. Perfect match.
Awesome match.
Beautiful match. Very you got two national level pullers.
Yeah.
Probably the best guy in the UK, best guy in Canada.
I'd agree.
Kind of their sizes but now, you know, you just jumped in a whole nother level. Good match regardless. But
definitely.
You think we'll see any pins by Porky?
I wouldn't count him out, man. I really wouldn't.
It's going to be real hard. I'll tell you, it's going to be very hard for him. But look, I love Porky, and I want him to pull it off so bad. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. It's not easy. You're going up against a very, very good arm wrestler. You know, a guy who
very technical,
hard to finish. Like you can get control, but it's possible. It's possible. I definitely don't want to say that he can't do it.
I hope we see it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I think that sort of concludes.
Yeah, that wraps
everything. Wraps up nicely.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being here.
Dad. Time for me to go back to sitting on the couch or whatever I do over there.
Lifting some weights. It's been great.
Good time.
Awesome.
Thanks, Sonny.
No worries.
Thanks, Mal. Oh, jeez.
All right.
Perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect time. Okay.
Stay massive, everybody. Thanks.
See you later, guys.